Calvin Castine at Northeastern Clinton Central School. It's the 11th day of December 2013. Temperature 18 degrees, and we shut the car off. Great basketball season. Quick basket there by Casey Frederick, and action is underway here on viewer-supported local television, hometown cable. It's the Saranac Lake Red Storm in red, appropriately, in the Northeastern Clinton Central School Cougars. This is junior varsity girls basketball in the CVAC. Frederick pushes it forward, and it's a missed layup by number 5, Olivia Gagno. A good hustle there in the corner. Duffy comes up with it. Let's see who's out there. 22, that's Karen Duffy. 13, that's Abby Sample. 25, Casey Frederick. 2 is Caitlin Southwick. And we got 5, Olivia Gagno. Those are the Cougars. Officials are Barry Norton. No, there's a basket by number 23, L. Melina Sakujanin. And it's a 2-2 ball game. Barry Norton and Joe Percelli are the officials. They traveled. Slid when she hit the floor. Frederick will toss it into Gagno. Saranac Lake Cougar boys lucked out. They got their Saranac Lake game done on the road last night here, and it wasn't a bad night, so they got that out of the way. With the new divisions, we're now in the Northern Basketball League. Not to be confused with the basketball league we had 40 years ago up here in the Northern Tier. People like Dale Menard playing in it. Riley Ford and later Woodman of the World, the Comets. Beaumont Lane's team, Barcomb's TV. John Roberts with his Bombers. And there's a basket by Frederick, and later Chargers, Moore's Raiders, Moore's Chargers, Donnie Cook's Arist team. Had a nice fun little league. Had Shazy Orchards was in it. A couple teams from Upstate Precision sponsored the Shazy team. We had a nice little men's league up here. But this is a new Northern Basketball League, and it's kind of like the soccer league is. It's Northern Adirondack, and the rest are all Division I schools. I think Sable Valley, Northern Adirondack, and all the Class B schools. And that's Northeastern, Peru, Beekmantown, Plattsburgh, Saranac, and Saranac Lake. I think Sable Valley's in this division. If not, there'll be a strong team in Division II. We got here 11 in for 3, so that's Boone in for Bodmer. 4-2, the home team leads. There's a steal by Sample. Gagno for 3. And Frederick tracks it down. Jess McNerlin, former Jess Poirier, is the coach for the Cougars. Not sure who the coach is for the Red Storm. Her name wasn't listed in the program. Nothing new in girls basketball this year. 10-second backcourt. 10-second backcourt has been a staple in boys and men's basketball for as long as I've been following it, and a long time before I started following it. But the girls basketball has never had a 10 seconds timeline in the back to get the ball into the forecourt. Steal layup is short on an attempt there by Southwick. 4:57 to go in the first. 4-2. Cougars putting the pressure on here. They're leading, doubling the score of the visitors there. Left of Beaumont Lanes to get here in a timely manner. We got an hour's worth of bowling and then came here for 2 basketball games. When Shazy has a home game that we're covering, I don't know if we'll be able to get any bowling if there's a conflict there because of the time problem. There's Duffy. Duffy hits the first. And we got 22, 5, and 21 in. 22 is Natalie Munn. 5 is Iris Glinsky. 21, Katie Hunt. They're in for the Storm. And it's 5-2, 4:29 showing. First game of the NBL season. Let's see, who was that? 22, Munn. Munn with a bucket. Duffy throws it up and in. Whoa, nice move. Karen Duffy. 7-4 Cougars, 3:45 to go in the first. Daniel comes up a little short. Southwick out to Duffy. Frederick will pop one. Off the rim. Southwick gives it to Duffy. Rebound is put up and in by Sample. Basket by Abby Sample, 9th grader. Two not seniors, but sophomores. Karen Duffy and Casey Frederick. Olivia Gagnon is a 7th grader. Caitlin Southwick is an 8th grader. Duffy shot. Sample, left-hander, is short. Duffy pulls it down. Sample with the steal at 2:52. That falls in. 11-4. If I were Saranac Lake, I'd be calling a timeout right now. Cougar press is bothering her team here. I'd be calling a timeout and saying, here's how we're going to break this press, ladies. There's a couple of former Northern Basketball League players, Bernie Canning and Norm Bono. They played for the Beaumont team, a.k.a. the Teachers. Rick Frisbee. Brian Powell even played on that team for a while. Ron Rivard for a while. Off the iron and no shot. Here comes Southwood. We'll have a trip here, a trip over twisted ankle. Katie Hunt is down. We have a timeout on the floor. 11-4 the score. 2:08 to go in the first. Injury timeout. Hunt hobbles off. I'm very sorry to see her injured so early in the game. She has one of the easiest names to pronounce in that Saranac Lake team. So I'm hoping to say her name throughout the game. Maybe she'll be back. Sometimes you twist it and then you let it rest a little bit and it comes back. Caitlin Smith comes in for us. That's all right. Smith for Hunt. I can handle that. 2:08 showing in the first. 7-point Cougar lead. 10 seconds in the backcourt here. We're at 20. There we go, Barry Norton. We're down to 16 on the shot clock, so we know it's 10 seconds. As intended for Southwick, and it's in the stands. Munn will inbound. The red ball. Barry Norton's son, Jeff, who's a kindergarten teacher in Rouse's Point, is the modified boys coach here for Northeastern this year. Grandson Colton last year, and this year my granddaughter Shay have had the young Mr. Norton for the kindergarten teacher, and they both think he's just great, so that's good to know. Number 10 is in for the visitors. That's Eliza Cowan. 1 minute, 12 seconds to go. Duffy off the rim, 41 seconds to go. Whoop. Ronio's shot is short. Sample comes up with it, gives it to Frederick. And Frederick fouls, gives it to Sample. Sample bounces in the paint to Duffy. Frederick's shot is rebounded Sample. Shot by Ronio is short, but Sample's there for the putback. And it's a 9-point, 13-4 lead. 10 seconds to go. And the way the first quarter ends, the Cougars up 13-4 after 1 here on viewer-supported Hometown Cable. Okay, let's see, 33 is out there. That's Natalie Boas. Looks like Misak, huh? Number 4, Tegan Misak has joined the fray. So we start the second quarter with Saranac Lake getting possession. Reminder, this is viewer-supported local television. There's a steal by Misak. And she drops it in. If you're watching this, we need your support, and you don't have to just be watching it on cable. Sample with a lot of people watch it on the internet. In fact, Norm Bono doesn't get cable, but he's a supporter. He checks out stuff via the internet. And this week we had 2 contributions from beyond our immediate area. Mary McCaffrey, who is going to be a summer resident starting next year. Mary McCaffrey, former Rouse's Pointer, sent in a contribution, and yesterday we got one from another of my former schoolmates. In fact, this is a former classmate, Larry Frenette. Larry's in Ohio, who enjoys our programs via the internet. And a basket by Duffy. Mary McCaffrey is in North Carolina, and she thinks enough of what she sees on Hometown Cable to support it from down there. There's steal and easy shot there from Misak. 21-4 Cougars. They'll take the press off here because it's just too dominant. So if folks like that from out of the area can support Hometown Cable, then it certainly behooves all the people whose young ones we're covering here to step up and start doing their part, and aren't too many that support our efforts. If you look at our list of viewer supporters, you'll see that most of them have gray hair. There are a lot that of younger folks that will step up and support hometown cable. Too many take it for granted. So if you've been guilty of that, then now's your opportunity to step up to the plate and help make sure that this programming can continue into the future. We did 2 shows this morning with Gordy Little. We went to the Bull Mart before we came here, and we'll be here for 2 games. So we'll end the day with 5 things recorded. Tomorrow I'm going to be at Shazy for 2 or 3 games. And Friday, although the Cougars have a game here, Lady Cougars, we're going to be honoring a commitment we have to cover the graduation at Clinton Community College. So we won't be here for that on Friday. Five fresh Red Stormers in, and 2 Cougars. We have number 24, Sydney Barrier, and number 23, Lauren White. White with the steal, pushes it up for Barrier, but not quite enough oomph on it. Just passing to Barrier instead of in front of Barrier. Play like that, you got to lead your teammate. Throw it down the floor. See, Barrier was in the front of the pack. Throw it in front of her, not too far, of course, just enough so it's a little backspin on it so she can catch up with it. If you throw it to her, it's she had to come back for it a little bit, so that made the difference, I think. Pass a little high, and it's taken away by the Storm. 4:44 to go in the first half. Cougars in a man-to-man defense. Shot clock is down and it's out. Oh, a red ball. Play the whistle. Play the whistle, not the horn. Play the whistle. Red ball, they're going to lose it. 5 seconds to get it in once he puts it down. Oh, that's out of bounds. White tapped it. And Elsa Evans Cummer grabbed the ball and she's out of bounds. So if White's going to slap it back at you, get the heck out of the way and let it land. So 2 lessons right there. One is play the whistle. Don't pay attention to that shot clock. Boas had the rebound and she should have kept right on playing. Let the refs blow the whistle. The shot clock went off, but the shot was in the air, and Cougars got possession, so there was no need for the refs to blow the whistle and slow up the game. Steal and basket by Misek, 23-4 Cougars, 3:33 to go in the second quarter. The Red Storm has yet to score here. In the second, Cougars have outscored them 10-0. 11-44 in. So 11 is Aislinn McDonough. She's an 8th grader. And 44 is Haley Disco. So Cougars have 2 8th graders, 1 7th grader, and 2 sophomores, and the rest are all freshmen. 3:12 here in the second quarter. 2 on the shot clock, and we're going to have another turnover. Looks like 30 seconds isn't quite enough time for Saranac Lake to get a shot off. So it's Cougar ball, barrier inbounds it to McDonough. Traveling by Disco, Haley Disco. It's like 10 just came in and 22. 22 is Munn, 10 is Cowan. I think the other two just came in for the Storm. 2.5 to go here in the second quarter. Another steal for Tegan Misek. And she lays it in. Make it 25-4. Cougars pulled the press off long ago. Misek strips it away, looking for an easy 2, and she's got it. 27-4. Minute and a half remaining in the second quarter. Shot by Disco hits the side of the backboard. Barrier providing some defense. Shot in the paint is in. That was Natalie Munn with a bucket. I think every Munn I've ever seen has got blonde hair. Oh, that could have been a travel. No foul, just the ball bouncing out of bounds. Only 3 fouls have been called here in the first half with 58 seconds to go. 2 on the Storm, 1 on the Cougars, so refs are not in a foul mood tonight. Seconds. Air ball pulled down by White. There's Misek, 23 seconds. Cougars should be looking for a last shot, but they won't. They'll take a quick one. Shot was put up there by McDonough. Fans are arriving, dressed for the season. 14 seconds. A foul on that play, so it's 2 fouls each. 8 seconds. Cougars will get it one more time, with very little time on the clock. Go down to 5 seconds. Into Misek. 4, 3. Just. McDonough had no idea how much time there was. No idea. She needed to take a quick shot. 27-6. Yep, 27-6. It's been all Cougars here in the first half. They lead by 21. There were 8 seconds on the halftime clock when Saranac Lake ventured back into the gymnasium. So they had just barely walked onto the floor. Joe Pacelli took the ball, said white ball. I think they would have inbounded it if Saranac Lake was still in the locker room. We get a halftime and they're supposed to be out here ready to play. Well, quickly it's 29-6 here in the third quarter. Ball is inbounded to Gagno. Duffy does it to Sample. And we're a minute into the second half on this December 11th, 2013. Frederick. Somebody tipped it to her, either Gagnon or Sample tipped it to her, and she had an easy 2. We'll go settle back into a 3-2 defense. 3-2. There's Frederick. Duffy. Rebounded by Sekunjanen. Too strong. Rebound Sample. The second quarter only used about 11 minutes of time on my recorder here, so there weren't a lot of whistles in that second quarter. It was a fast-moving second period. On the rebound, Sample. Throws it up to Frederick. The paint to Duffy. Duffy pulls it back out. Southwick will drive. Short. Here comes the storm. This is Boone. Over to Collins. Over to Cowan. Over to Evans Comer, who missed the shot. 5 minutes, 12 seconds. Mrs. Rowell taking some shots here. Keeping the scorebook and taking photos. There's that Sekunjanen again. Tie her up. It's not the rodeo. Oh. Cougar fans want the Cougars to tie her up. Not very nice. Oh, good pass. Heard nice pass, Caitlin, from her mother, so it must have been Southwick who passed it up for the easy 2. 33-6. 3:47 in the third. Let's get by 24. That's Evans Comer. That puts your team in double figures just now, 33-10. Gagnon with a putback, and Olivia Gagnon with a bucket. Approaching the 3-minute mark. And if you're keeping track of the fouls, you haven't missed any here in the second half. No fouls called yet. Duffy to Frederick, rolls off the rim, and good hustle for Duffy. Timeout to get some subs in. They can. Saranac Lake could take that time and talk to the team. We got 4 Reds here. They're down by 25, and they're gonna play with just 4. Okay, they'll go with 5. Second Janin was not replaced, and she thought she was. Into Boris, and Boris scores. 2.5 to go. In the third quarter. In and out. Rebounded by Boris. No, that's Disco. Rebounded by Haley Disco. Travel. The Disco shuffle. 14 Smith in for the Storm. 2:08 showing. In the third, 37-10 Cougars. It's Cowan over to 5, Glinsky. Okay, number 1 is in. That's Gambakurta, Kareem Gambakurta. I'm going to mention all the names here because I'm not doing a play-by-play with the Saranac Lake. I should mention all their names at least. Corinne Gambakutar, something like that, is number 1. Alexa Clark is number 2. Katrin Bodmer 3. Caitlin Kellum 4. Iris Glinsky 5. Eliza Cowan 10. Andrea Boone 11. Annie Collins 12. Alexis Valentin 13. Caitlin Smith 14. Katie Hunt, injured Katie Hunt, is 21. Natalie Munn 22. Amelina Sektajanin is 23. This little shot is going to be a white ball. Is 23, and Elsa Evans Comer is 24. We had who came in here. Looks like 11 Boone. No, it's 13 Valentin is in. Yeah, nice move by Boris. Natalie Boris. 54 seconds to go. 39-10 Cougars. We're in the third quarter. Junior varsity girls basketball in the Northern Basketball League. That'll be a shuffle. Glinsky. The Glinsky two-step. 43 seconds. Barrio brings it across. Boris, and she lays it in. Strong move by Natalie Boris. 41-10. Ten seconds to go in the quarter. And with no whistles, this is going to end with 10 minutes of video recording. 8 minutes of video recording with 10 minutes, no fouls, a few out of bounds, a couple travelings, and that's about it. 41-10 after 3, Cougars lead. Red balls. Nowinski inbounds. Gives it to Munn. Let's see what we got out there. We got White, we got Barrier, we got Misak, we got McDonough, and we got Disco for the Cougars. Off red, white ball. Misak to inbound it. Yeah, good defense there by the Stormers. Ooh, blocked by White. Good hustle by Lauren White. Clean block. Took the layup away from the Stormers. Good hustle. There's Barrier. There's McDonough. Throws it up, and we got here. This is Misek, the Barrier. White. Whoop. She wasn't trying to dribble in there, was she? I hope she wasn't trying to dribble in there. She'd better not be trying to dribble when there's 6 people around her. 2 and 3, and Clark and Bodmer in. 41-10, 7:05 to go in the ball game. Rebound by Misek. And McDonough with a basket. Misek to McDonough. 43-10, first points for anybody here in the fourth quarter. Rebounded by White. This is Misek. Ball comes to White off the glass. Ooh, nice play. Purdy play. 45-10. And White with a steal. Up the Barrier. Gives it back to White. Rebounded by 14. That's Smith. Joe Southwick is here. So the varsity game fans won't have to put up with me. They'll have Joe Southwick, the voice of Cougar Sports, on the microphone. Disco shot, rebound. That number 5, Glinsky. No, it was number 1, Gambakrita. Eight on the shot clock. Stolen. McDonough, but stolen back by Glinsky. 4:53 remaining in the game. 45-10 Cougars. And who's got the ball? White comes up with it. Over to Lily Disco. Nice look. And we're going to have 5 fresh Stormers coming in. Red Stormtroopers. White takes it away. Goes to Misek. Barrier back to White. Slides it over to McDonough, to Disco. Clark tried to steal it, but Misek said nope, nope, can't have it. It's our ball. So it's a jump ball. Cougars turn on the possession arrow. And we got Boris in for White. Barrier must have been deflected. 3:35 left in the ball game. 47-10 Cougars. Play the whistle. Double dribble. Play the whistle. Well, if nothing else, the Cougar JV girls will learn to play the whistle. Pay no attention to that shot clock horn. Pay no attention to the end of the period horn. Play the whistle. Here's Misek. 2:53 remaining. Misek brings it up. Rebounded there by Misek. McDonough out to barrier. Whoops. Foul. First foul of the second half. And it's on number 44 in your program, Haley Disco. First foul of the second half with 2:15 on the clock. In the fourth quarter. Whoa, what a shot. Al Molina Sekunjanen, or something along those very lines. Disco off the glass. So that'll make it 49-12. Cougars outscored Saranac Lake 8-2 here in the fourth quarter. Cougars working it around. And Storm takes it away, down to 1:05 to go. This will be another 10-minute. Right at this time now, I got 9 minutes of recording and 51 seconds to go. So this will be another approximately 10-minute period here, barring something unforeseen. McDonough, one foul called here in the second half. There's Misek. 32 seconds to go. Barrier. This is 11. Boone bringing it back. 21 seconds remaining. Nine seconds. Cougars are going to shoot. Boris with the layup, and that'll be it. 51-12. 9 minutes and 56 seconds. It's a 51-12. That's a 10-2 fourth quarter. The Cougars defeat the Saranac Lake Red Storm, and that's the way it was in Northern Basketball League. I got to get used to saying that instead of CVAC. Bowling is still CVAC, and volleyball and baseball, softball, but soccer is Northern Soccer League, and basketball is now Northern Basketball League. So 51-12 the final. Cougars jump off to a 39-point victory in their first game of the NBL season. Thanks for watching and for supporting viewer-supported local television, Hometown Cable. Win, lose, or draw TV worthy of your support, Hometown Cable.